Hello, welcome to day 12 of Summer and Sea Tangles. Today's tangle is a really cute one. It's Starfish by Orli Natali. And you can assume what it looks like. Here it comes. It starts with this little it's almost like a petals little flower shape, and then from each of these sections between the petals I will add one kind of like an S shape that ends with an orb. So coming from the middle, ending with a little orb. It's basically like a fescue shape, and it's not that it has to be the same length or the same shape, so just, let go of the need to make it look like the previous one or look a certain way, and enjoy this little. And you can see that there's not the same amount of space between mine, and I'm fine with that. So starting from somewhere at the top of each of them, I will add a line that ends at the top of the petal on the right side of each of those. So I'm kind of building the volume of each of these shapes that grow out of the starfish. And it's a blossoming tangle. If you know Zentangle's way of categorizing the tangles, it's basically like a mandala shape, a tangle that blossoms from the central space, and just you build upon it from the center, and it radiates from the center to the sides. And now you can decide what to do to kind of embellish it or expand it. This is what the original step out suggests, this little kind of V shape between these spokes. And then you can play with the shading and highlighting. Another thing that you can see when you look at the step out, of course, there are many ways now that you would be able to embellish it. Maybe you can add some more substance to this central part. And then if it's big enough, you can add orbs or lines or whatever you think would be a nice addition to embellish the shape. I think it's really, really cute. I just love it. And of course, as the name suggests, I can totally imagine seeing it somewhere on the bottom of the sea. Now I will keep it simple and shade one side of each of these spokes. And then, of course, I will also highlight the other side. You can choose if you want to blend these shades. I kind of want it to look smooth, so I will blend it where I find that it needs some blending. And then on the other side, I will add highlight just next to this central part. And then I will just blend it towards the end. I'm not trying to be precise with the way I apply this white pencil because it's a challenge. And I think that this will be nice coming from the shiniest part near the center and then kind of blending into this tan background on the sides. Finally, I will take my Jelly Roll 10 and I will actually add and it's not so easy to make such a tiny rice shape with this. And I will just add a few dots in the central part, which I left without the shades and highlights. So just maybe a couple of dots, and you can control the width of the pen to a certain point, you know, to a certain degree. And I'm kind of trying to make the mid part a little bit bigger than the rest. And if you struggle with it the way I'm struggling with it, like here, you can later, when it's dry, add just a little bit, a touch of the black ink to kind of fix it if it's spilled over your black lines. It's a cutie, right? And of course, to end it, just the usual process. Trying to remove this, but it's just the way that this paper is stained. This is it. I kind of like how there is movement in these imperfect curvy lines. And now that my white ink has dried, I will retrace maybe some of these lines, just a little bit, to finish my little starfish and tell you that I'm grateful for you to joining me, and be well and enjoy the time until we meet again in 2 days. Thank you. Bye.